Hey there, my name is Tricia Stevens Adams. I'm an online course and membership consultant. And if this is your first time visiting my site or my blog, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. In this interview, I am chatting with one of my favorite clients, Sarah Akwisombe, about her nobleblogSchool.com membership. And she's going to share a few of the challenges that she had before setting up her membership and how we got it all set up. Um, if you would be interested in learning about some of the tools that we use for her setup or have questions or comments, you know what to do. Just leave a note in the comments below. All right. Hey, Sarah, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How's it going?
It's going really good. So thanks again for agreeing to do the interview. I know, people are going to be really interested in hearing what you have to say about Noble Blog School. So would you mind just giving a little introduction and, talk about what you do and what your memberships and courses are about?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Sarah Akwisombe and I'm a blogger based in South London, and I've been blogging for like a couple of years, predominantly about interiors and design, and kind of a bit more recently just a bit more like lifestyle kind of stuff. And around like Christmas 2015, I sort of decided that I wanted to start sharing what I had learned about blogging, because it's quite a mysterious world. Like no one really shares information that much until you're sort of in the circle. And so I thought there would probably be loads of like up and coming new bloggers that could do with the information. So I decided to put together like an online course where I would teach people about how to start a blog and kind of how to build a successful online brand, whether it's for you or a business or whatever. And it's called the Noble Blog School because it's kind of like, BS free and very straight talking, just kind of tells it how it is and says all the things that a lot of bloggers don't want to share with you, like all the things that they want to keep secret. So that's that. And I got working with you, Trish, when I decided to take that course online and actually make it available so that people could watch the replays online, and then created a membership as well. And obviously I had like no idea how to actually like manage that or do all the technological like side of it. So I met Trish via an online course that we were both doing about like improving business and that kind of thing. And we just got chatting that way. So you kind of came along at just the right moment.
Yeah. So what were some of the challenges? You already had your program in place. Actually, both your programs, your Noble Blog School Squad membership, as well as your Blueprint to Blogging course. What was it like before working together? Like, what were some of the challenges you faced with managing your membership outside of a traditional membership?
Yeah, so it was really hard in terms of that everything was so admin heavy and everything was really manual. So for instance, like with the squad, which is my monthly membership, I was having to put everything into a Dropbox and then like share that Dropbox link with certain people that were signed up. But then of course, like, that's only got a certain length of time before you've got too many members and it gets messy. And, if I wanted to move a file or something, people would suddenly be like, I can't find the file, or, like if they stopped their membership for whatever reason, then I would have to make sure that I took their access off and all that kind of stuff. So it was just all like very effort heavy, and I was starting to get busier and busier, and I just couldn't like manage the admin side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like one tiny thing. I mean, let alone the actual when they were signing up and paying, like all the automation that happens after that on the technological side, everything was happening manually. I was having to manually send people codes and recording replays, and it was just like starting to make my head explode, basically.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
So, well, I know that a lot of people want to, and I know you're fairly techie yourself and they want to do, build their own memberships. They want to basically DIY. What was the decision maker for you to seek help?
It's a really good question, actually, because my initial thoughts were, so I work on Squarespace a lot for my own blog. Mm-hmm. And I knew I wanted to build a website for the Noble Blog School with the membership and everything on that. And my initial thoughts were, well, I'm teaching people how to start websites and like start a blog. I don't know much about WordPress, so why don't I just learn and do it all myself, and then I can teach them what I've learned? And it was kind of like in my mind, I was like, well, I can do that, but that's going to take me a lot of time just to get my head around it. And then I was kind of like, and do I actually enjoy that, working that bit out or not? Like, would I rather just be at the end where I've got the information to share? Mm-hmm. And so I thought, well, I don't actually enjoy it that much. Like, I can usually figure it out if I have to, but I don't really enjoy it. And plus my time is like incredibly stretched. Like, I'm a wife and a mum. I'm also running my blog. So it was just like, it just, I weighed it up and I was just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth the time and the stress. Mm-hmm. And I'd met you and I really liked you. And I was kind of like, when you meet a freelancer that you really like and it's like, you want to work with them, you want to bring them into your team. And I just could see that like long term, it was going to be a really good partnership and that you were going to make my life so much easier, and you have.
In terms of the members, you had members that were in the old world, what I'll call the before.
Dropbox world.
The Dropbox world, yeah. That was, it was a good setup probably when it was small, but once it kind of grew and got, out of control, it was too much. So the members, the old timers, how have they responded to the new membership? Like, has it been favorable for them? Are they, enjoying being in your new membership as opposed to the Dropbox world?
Yeah, I think what I found really surprising is that I barely had any kind of, I thought I'd get loads of emails, like especially when we did the changeover process where they went from the fun old little manual Dropbox way to actually being able to log into a site and it all being there for them. I thought I was going to get a lot of emails from people saying, oh, I don't understand, or, oh, this hasn't happened, or where do I go, or whatever. And actually that's been really minimal. I think you're always going to get the people that are like, I can't find the email because, they haven't looked in their junk or whatever. But aside from that, like, everyone's taken really well to it. I think they find it a lot easier to find the information. They can see when new stuff's been added. Like, there's been really good communication throughout. And you made the really good suggestion of like making a video to talk them through how, like if it was their first time logging in, like where to go and look for things. Mm-hmm. And I think because we did that video, I haven't really had that many questions about actually using it. Mm-hmm. So it's been a lot simpler than I thought it would.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That is really good to hear. What do you feel is key to running your membership and keeping your members engaged?
That is a good question. I think interaction, a lot of it. So, and I could, I'll be the first person to say I could definitely be better and do more. But I think when I sort of ask them what are the things that you're struggling with at the moment, or what would you like me to record a video about next, they're usually really responsive. And so I think that them feeling like they are able to shape the membership somewhat to like what they need and what they want. And some weeks they're a bit more quiet and they're actually just fine with like chugging on and doing what they're doing, and then suddenly sort of something will come up, or something in the news, not the news, but the online world will happen and they've all got a question about it. So I think just that kind of, it's quick and it's responsive and they very much like shape it. And at the moment, while it's a fairly small community, they know that they're getting their voice heard and that I'm the person at the end of it. It's not like there's no block between me and them. They can just talk to me directly. Whereas I've been in a lot of memberships, so it's really hard to talk to the person who runs the membership. And I've never wanted like the Noble Blog School to be like that. I've always wanted people to feel like they can talk to me whenever yeah, it might take, the busier I get, it might take me a bit longer to reply, but I do try and reply to everyone.
Yep. Very cool. Yeah, and your Facebook groups are, pretty active, and you have a different Facebook group for each one of your programs. So like your membership has one, Blueprint to Blogging has its own, and I know you're about to launch a new course for Penn School. Will that one have its own Facebook group as well?
Yeah, I hadn't actually thought of that, and you just reminded me that that's another thing on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will. I think it just makes it a bit easier for people, because when you go through a course, and because of the way I do my courses, so they're at the moment they're live, so everyone's kind of watching at the same time, or at least within the same couple of days as each other. So everyone kind of has similar questions at the same time. And so if that's confined to like one space, then it's just easier for them to get the answers to their questions. Whereas if I just had one big school, I know that if someone was asking about the Pinterest course when I'm doing the other course, I might find that really annoying. So I think it's just more to like keep it clean and simple for the people in the school.
Right.
And just not be too cluttered really, although it is of course more admin, but
Yeah. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for, taking a few minutes to, just chat with me about, what it's been like with building your membership on WordPress and moving from the Dropbox world to, what you have now. And, it seems to be taken off. So thank you again for taking the time.
That's okay. Thanks for having me.
All right. And I will, of course, be chatting with you soon.
Yes, exactly. Thanks, Trish.